Pikmin 4 is real. Look at this beautiful sack of marbles. I love it. Mwah, mwah. It's everything I've hoped and dreamed of. Today, we are going to analyze every single pixel in this trailer. I honestly never thought this was going to happen, even after the teaser trailer. The teaser trailer just felt like a dream. I'm speechless. Thanks for everyone of the Pikmin community for staying around long enough to see this. Anyways, let's get into the analysis. I've only had 3 days to make this video, by the way, so I will be making countless videos on everything in this trailer, analyzing everything, predicting anything. So don't expect it to be too much on too little details. We start off with this really small ship in the space of PNF 404. It kind of looks like a Hakatate freight ship, but I have no idea. It heads down onto the surface of PNF 404, and we see our first footage of what must be the intro, or at least part of the intro, of the game. Kind of feels like the Pikmin 3 title screen when they're all crashing down, but without the white text. Personally like the Pikmin 3 one better, but who knows, maybe it's a placeholder. Another shot of that bench, that wonderful juicy bench, for just a few more seconds, and a little bit more background. Doesn't look like anything too special, but it does lead into a theory of mine of custom ship locations when you start the day. But more on that another day. We see this jiggly, fiery blowhog. It looks pretty fun, a little too playful in the art design, but I still like it. The ladder in the background isn't too special, but who knows, maybe we'll be able to explore on top of it. And then we see these guys, baby snaglets. I love these guys, they're so cute. They're like Snaglet, baby Snaglet, whatever you want to call them, Snaggy. I love them. Best part of the whole trailer. Back to the rest of this scene, we see these little pots down there, which don't look like they have too much in special. We see these little crystals right here, some kind of collectible, don't really know what they are yet. We see another treasure right there. Kind of looks like that one treasure from Pikmin 2, but we don't know what it is yet. We see this big sandbox area, some tires, overall not that special, but more stuff to know. And then we get to see the ship come down, pretty normal ship. However, it pops out this ugly as frick, goofy captain. Worst captain I've ever seen. I'll be talking about this more later. The ship doesn't look all that special, but yeah, it's part of the bigger ship, which we'll see later. We have what seems to also be part of the opening cutscene or something. We have a leaf to pull in the back, and this is also where we discover the dog, which we'll see later on. We get to see the onion for the first time in its amazing glory, and Captain Walk's still kind of funny, and Pikmin seem to always be the same. A little bit of the same animation, though. We get to see our first look at the tomato Pikmin from the tomato onion. Tomato Pikmin are resistant to fire, and they have a spiky nose. Totally haven't been in other Pikmin games before this. It seems that the landing area is marked by these little pink rocks, and then in the background we can also see the return of pellet posies, although those were basically guaranteed to return. It seems that growing pellet posies will also return, back how they did in Pikmin 3. And we can also see a lot of these tomato plants back up here, kind of like the tomato onion tomato Pikmin. The Master Onion seems to have appeared once again. Right now, it's the Triple Tomato Tyrant is what I'm going to call it, because it's got all 3 Pikmin types. We got some more pellet posies in the back, this juicy bench, and some crystals behind it. We also got this red ball all the way back there. I don't know what it does. And then right about here, we have these little shelves. Don't know what's going to be on them. Maybe we'll be able to explore up there. Who knows? Here is a big shot with a lot of stuff in it, so I'll go over it a little bit one by one. First, we have another pile of those crystal things. I'm thinking that they're kind of like those gold nugget collectibles from Pikmin 3. We got the binoculars treasure back there. The big ladder, which there might be 2 ladders or multiple, we don't know yet. It seems that when you throw Pikmin, it shows how many of that Pikmin type you have. So maybe there's not actually a UI. It just shows you how many you have, which I don't think there is, but you never know. We've got this water spout over here, along with some kind of, it might be a cave entrance, might be just a little bucket or something. We got the return of paper bags, kind of hard to see from this angle, but they do still exist. A napping bullboard on top of here, and then a pellet posy. This area right here appears to be a new area, actually. because we've got the big elephant slide, as well as the pink trees in the background. So if it's the same area, my predictions about weather were right about how it changes seasons as you play the game, but who knows, maybe I wasn't. Anyways, we see the return of bridges being built, however it seems it's in a different way. We see pellet posies, they change colors, just like they did in Pikmin 3. Who knows about this elephant slide? Maybe we'll be able to go on top. I don't think so, though. We've got a swivel right here, which I think we'll be able to use to open these boxes. Maybe there's a treasure inside them. I'm thinking that you're going to have to use winged Pikmin to fly in there and grab it, and you're going to have to open it from the top. Anyways, then we got some more pellet posies back there, and that's about it. More of a presence although on the 5 pellets in this game. We see the return of dirt walls once again. They appear to be much wider, and as well as they break a lot different. Instead of breaking like it breaks down a U shape and then completely breaks, it just destroys the whole thing. Outside of here, we can see another napping bull board back there, as well as some more pottery which we'll be able to break. And that's about it for this shot. It is worth it to note that when the wall breaks down, these crystals come out of it, so maybe there'll be a collectible. Then maybe there's a few thousand you have to collect, who knows? As well as an entrance to a cave over here. We see fiery blowhogs in action fighting those tomato Pikmin. They seem about the same, just more wiggly and jiggly. There's a lot over here, can't really tell what the majority of it is. Looks like playthings or something, typical backyard stuff. We can see a napping bullboy back there, as well as some pottery to break. We see the yellow onion nesting on top of some rocks over there, and a bucket. As well, apparently, as some little hidden pottery back there that's hard to see. It appears these leaf things over here need about 10 to 20 Pikmin to pull apart. And we have 10 pellet posies returning, along with a regular 1 posy. Anyways, back here, we can see some more crystal shards, and we also see the return of ultra spicy berries returning way far in the back. There's 2 of them right there. So those will be returning. We see this odd climbing up walls mechanic. I'm not sure how this is going to work, just that she just walks by it and then starts climbing up it. Maybe it's like in Pikmin 2, where you would collect a treasure, and that would boost your captain's abilities. Maybe you have to fight a boss, and that allows you to get a treasure that you can put onto your spacesuit, and now you can walk up those kind of walls. We can see in here this weird kind of blowhog or something. I'm thinking it's either like a wind blowhog or a poison blowhog. Either way, those would be really cool. We see a bunch of pottery back there, along with the spaceship. The spaceship, it's in 2 different spots, so I'm pretty sure that means multiple landing areas. We see the return of those crushing crush splats right next to the pottery, really far away, hard to see. And then that's about it for this shot, but we do have a paper bag back there. We have binoculars here, which are shown by these little sparkles around them to show that's a treasure, as well as a little bullboard back there that is just kind of sniffing around. Seems right now we're by a ladder right here with our collecting treasure. And that's about it. However, we can see this might be by the bench, or it might be just by this ladder. It seems now that instead of having the ship tell you about the treasure when you get it, the name, it just says new treasure collected and a picture of it once you get it, so that's kind of new. Ice Pikmin, finally. I've actually wanted Ice Pikmin for quite a while. In Pikmin 3, I remember playing it as a little kid thinking, what's going to be the next Pikmin type I discover? And I was like, what? Yellow Pikmin? Because at the time I didn't even know Pikmin existed, but I really thought that I was going to get an Ice Pikmin or something. But anyways, Ice Pikmin, really cool. He pulls off some sick dance moves, and apparently you discover them in a cave based off this shot. We have a bullboard freezing to death here. I'm not sure what happens is if when the bullboard eats the Ice Pikmin that it turns ice, or if there's just too many on it. We have this little blue ring around the health bar. That's like the ice bar, where if it gets fully around, it turns iced. And it looks like the bullboard also. It's only frozen for a little amount of time based off the amount it shakes. So it's not completely overpowered like the Ultra Bitter Spray was. And we also see the bag back here. We have a cool new mechanic, freezing lakes, after you put about 10 Ice Pikmin to a lake. I'm not sure if whether or not the Ice Pikmin will just stay stuck forever in that lake, if you can pluck them out, or if they just eventually come out on their own, I'm not sure. Next, we get our first scene with the dog by the entrance area I showed you earlier. But this dog, I do not like the dog. The dog is my worst favorite feature from the Pikmin 4 trailer. Like, it's fine to have a sidekick, but I just don't like the idea of a dog. It's so un-Pikmin-like. I mean, I've also grown to like it a little bit, but it just doesn't feel right. I'm sure once I release more footage, I'll begin to like it more and more. Just, it doesn't, I don't know why. I want to give it so much criticism, but it's just hard to give it criticism. We have this new charging mechanic, which you hold the button, it goes a full way around, and then the dog goes and breaks this pottery that we've been seeing earlier. We also see 2 joust mites hidden in the ground, as well as an electric gate all the way back there. Kind of hard to see, but electric gates are returning. Right here, we can also see another paper bag back there. I think upside down it says puppies. Then over here, we get to see more pottery back there, and the return of the Wollywog, as well as a boat toy. It seems this doggo has the carry weight of a purple Pikmin, 10 Pikmin at a time, and I'm assuming it will carry it back to whatever you have the least amount of Pikmin, kind of like how purple and white Pikmin did back in Pikmin 2. We see some white spectral lids flying around in the background, as well as a pumpkin treasure. And here we get our first look at all 4 captains together. We got Alphany, which is just this little nerd right here. We got Tall Smart Dude, pretty sure he's going to be like Alf the mechanic or the smart guy. We got obviously the dog, which I'm assuming they find here instead of bringing it with them. Shepherd, which is this person, got like war paint, bandana, pretty cool. And then we've got Colin, which kind of looks like a robot and is also there. Overall, I think they're all pretty good, besides you-know-who, and yeah. I'm assuming that this means Shepherd is going to be the, the zoologist, because she says that's actually quite typical for his breed, so she must know a lot about these dogs. It seems that we can ride our doggo inside of the water instead of just freezing the lake. I'm assuming that some lakes can't be freezed, or you need an overabundance of ice Pikmin to freeze them, like this one. We see a yellow Wollywog back there, as well as the toy boat right over there. We also see another yellow Wollywog all the way in the back. We see another back shot of this, seeing the boat treasure again, as well as another opening swivel thing, which I'm pretty sure, once again, are going to be used for yellow Pikmin or flight Pikmin. We also see this little tube here, which might be another way to get into a cave, or underwater or something. You might have to enter it with your Pikmin. And then here is a bridge. We see the return of female shearbrubs all the way in the back here, as well as some pottery. So this must mean that maybe there's multiple things in a cave, so you can go down different exits. So maybe to the right here is just the normal way. Then those 2 ways are just other ways to get stuff, so you can't explore the full of a cave without the dog. Speaking of the dog, its name is Ochi, from Shepherd, and looks like we're still going with the same captain, but anyways, it says, you found a castaway, which might lead into the hint that Pikmin 4 is about finding people or castaways. Anyways, we also see these pink rocks surrounding it, so it must mean that this is the entrance or opening point of the cave. Ochi gets pretty excited about how he found a castaway. We see this little thinking blob on his mind. Looks suspiciously like Olmar. Anyways, I'm assuming this is basically the closer you get to the castaway, the more this is going to appear less and less transparent. We also see a bag and some pottery in the back of this cave, so it must mean that there is more verticality in caves. We can see a castaway for our first time here, and we also see what looks like the beginning of a windpipe to get out of caves instead of our usual geyser. Here's a close-up of the captain. I've heard people say it looks like Louie, but in my opinion, as the thing was beeping and its spacesuit doesn't look like Louie, I'm pretty sure that this isn't Louie, but I'm sure Louie will be in the game at some point. Hopefully. And this is also Colin. Second best part of the trailer here, Disco Longlegs. Incredibly fun boss that I'm sure we're going to be able to do. We got this countdown timer in the back, which might mean like what cave sublevel you're on, but I am not sure. BD at the beginning looks like it is blue, and you have yellow Pikmin to attack it. I'm assuming you need yellow Pikmin, otherwise you can't reach it. And now it's yellow, and it appears to be poisoning our Pikmin below it, so maybe there's a period of time where you can't actually attack it whilst it's being poisoned. And yeah, that's about it for the Beady Longlegs, except for it's not. Behind Beady over here, we can see some windows just very far out of sight, so that means that this actually isn't a cave. This right here is a warehouse, or some kind of house, or something with windows. So we're fighting Beady inside of a place. So that's really cool. And we get to see the return of the great and big bulbous mother of the Bulborbs. Great mother Bulborb. I liked this feature. I don't know why everybody hated it. I never had a problem with it. I'm glad to see it return. These guys, great little Bulborb larva, kind of disgusting though. It seems when they die, they still drop nectar, as well as that the Bulborb still rolls around. And in case you didn't notice, this is one of the cave themes where it's all bricky, and the Bulborb larvae, they are not nerfed, they still insta-kill Pikmin. It looks like we use the Wind Geyser once again to get out of caves, and we can also see some broken pottery, or at least that's what I think it is around here, so maybe there was something in them that we had to take back. Well, chop off my arms and call me armless, but I think that this spaceship pod can only hold one person. And these 3 people, they can't get across, because their ship is obviously crashed. Here we can see a better view of the big ship. I'm assuming this crash landed, and that's why only one person can fit in here, because the captains are still looking down there. And we get to see the official logo for the first time. Okay, not the first time, but we do get to see it on just the Pikmin 4 gameplay, Pikmin 4. And if you're anything like me, you thought that was the end of the trailer. Look at this. This is nighttime mode. Extremely brightened up. So, looks like just this normal area that we got to see earlier so far. We get to see more of that area, except for we got what seems to be starbits on the ground. I've heard a lot of that from the Pikmin community. These look like the starbits from Super Mario Galaxy. We also see the water spout, basically just a bunch of starbits on the ground. These are definitely, like, as we get this close look, these look exactly like starbits. Maybe they're sparkilium, but still, these things look really high detail. I'm assuming you can only collect these at night. And we see this Bulborb, which is normal until he starts to look at us all funny, and I really like this Bulborb. Looks absolutely insane. Just super, not scary, but still I like it. And it starts to wander off in a, presumably where it wants to go. So I'm assuming this has something to do with the Wraith lore and all that stuff. At nighttime, maybe all the things go to some place to, I don't know, worship the Wraith? I have no idea. Any of you Pikmin theorists and know a lot about this, see if you in fact figure it out. Here's the Bulborb looking through. In all of its ominous eyes, you can still see that its pupils are still there, but just kind of harder to see against the nighttime sky. And then we get this sweet, sweet look at the logo. I was most excited for this part. I thought it was going to be delayed till 2024, but July 21st, 2023, amazing. And as you can see, it actually turns green in the trailer. I'm assuming this is Nintendo hinting something at us, whether it be a green Pikmin, radiation, I have no idea, but it looks super, super cool. I would overanalyze this, but we're not. We have 3 minutes of footage this time, not 30 seconds. That would be the end of the trailer, but we got this super high quality, super cool thing to look at. We can see Ice Pikmin, a Rock Pikmin, which I originally thought had a yellow leaf, well, a yellow flower. But I'm colorblind and can't tell the difference between green and yellow, so I thought that was a yellow flower, and I also didn't look at it hard enough. We see a baby Snaggy right there, I love it. We see the return of purple and white Pikmin, Rock Pikmin, and Flight Pikmin up there. The dog, and then I'm assuming right here by these flowers is where the next new Pikmin type will be. Assuming it's going to be pretty big, because it seems kind of empty right there. And who knows, maybe we won't get another Pikmin type, but I'm assuming we will. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this part. But of course I forgot this yellow Pikmin over here carrying either an ultra spicy berry or just another type of fruit or something. I'll definitely be making a gazillion videos about every little topic in this video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more Pikmin content, and especially Pikmin 4. We're getting close to it. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching for until the whole end of the video, and have a good day. I'll definitely be making a gazillion videos about every little topic in this video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more Pikmin content, and especially Pikmin 4. We're getting close to it. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching for until the whole end of the video, and